Hello everyone, this is Demon Phoenix with my episode 7 of the Deathmarch No Hood Viper hybrid playthrough using Metamorphosis build. And this is the second episode where we will be playing Gwent. So the last episode, very long one, we put together the Skellige deck, including the very difficult to beat Nilfgaard deck person, who eventually gave us the Ceres card when we were able to win that. And the aim for Gwent for this playthrough is to never have used the Northern Realms or Nilfgaard deck, but still beat everybody. And so to do that, I don't want to use the Scoia'tael deck, I want to use the Monsters deck and the Skellige deck. Now you can't actually get a Monster deck early enough because so many of the cards are random wins and stuff like that. So we need to instead use the Skellige deck first. So this person has the Nilfgaard, and we're just going to see, we've got quite a few strong cards now. I'm using a Mardrone focus deck because I think it's more fun, and I'm going to try and beat this person here. So this is Stepan, and now that we have the full Skellige deck, we can use that to beat them. And then I'm going to go to Skellige and get, a couple of the other really strong ones as well. So, might as well use this here, since I don't have Burn of Bran yet. And I get these. I'm going to decoy that back again. This is going to be a bit of a card war, and this is why I always want decoys in with this deck. Right, so they're going to want to play this again. So if I can let him play a couple of spies and then win this round, I'll be in good shape. Might have to sacrifice a couple of the cards to do that. And you'll see what I mean, because he's going to have to wait for him to play these first. Ah, he's cancelled my leader ability, I always forget that. So I'll have to just try and rely on a little bit of random luck there, which is going to be tricky, but we'll see. So if I can get him to pass this, he'll either have to pass or they'll have to use a bunch of cards to be able to beat me. And then I'll see if I get one of those. So I've got a 50-50 chance of getting at least one spy card in that last round, to be honest. And they play the Impenetrable Fog. They're going to have to play quite a few cards to win this round, so I should be alright. Because even if I don't pull spies at the end, I should be alright. Okay, so they've passed that one, that's fine. They win all ties, so I need to play one of these cards first. And then it all depends on what I get as the draw for my Skellige ability. So the third round, it starts off with those. I do get one of the one of those cards, which is great. And yeah, barring any weather cards, I should be alright here, because I'll be able to double up these ones, and these are all type bond and really strong as well. And this is going to play a spy, so I'll be able to take that back. Oh no, so they didn't even play the spy, that's meant. Or is the spy in my graveyard? Spy's in my graveyard. Okay, so they don't even have a spy to play, that's cool. They're going to bring some of these back, but I should be able to just brute force them here, really. Now it's just about trying to avoid the Scorch and leave playing these until as late as possible. So I just try and play them in a way that leads the strongest cards as late as possible, like I say. They've got a lot being replayed with the medics, this is why the Nilfgaard is such a strong deck. There's still quite a few that I'm missing on this deck, like I don't have the Villain Tretameth card yet, because I haven't played anybody random, so I haven't got any random wins as yet. But it doesn't look like they've got a Scorch, because they would have probably played it there. Oh no, because theirs were 14, so they'll Scorch here if they have it. But they don't. which means that they're going to lose. So they get he gets a really strong score there, but then this doubles up, and they lose. So Skellige deck's pretty powerful, even without the very useful cards that it can get. One of which we've just got there though. So that's Steppen Sorten. Right, that's cool. So there's Yennefer. Now what other cards do we want? Yen's a really important one. I always recommend that you try and beat Stepan, even though he has quite a strong deck. We want to see what else we've got. So what other Gwent quests have we got? A lot of them obviously give you Nilfgaard things. I tell you what we do want for the monster deck. We want to beat the Baron, and that'll let us play. There we go. I can't remember what card Olivia has, but I'm pretty sure it's a Nilfgaard one. I'll play him anyway in a bit. But there's a bunch of stuff we can do. Basically, I want to beat the Baron first, because then that lets you play the Soothsayer. And the Soothsayer has one of the Crone cards, which are really important for the monster deck. So I want to get using the monster deck as soon as possible, really, because it's a fun deck. Even though it's not as good as Nilfgaard or Northern Realms. Like I say, the focus for Gwent on this playthrough is to use the monster deck and the Skellige deck as the only decks that we use, which is pretty cool. So yeah, bunch of good stuff we can do here. Alright. I think for winning the this Gwent quest in Velen, you get one of the leader cards as well. For the monster deck for finishing this, so I'll do that too. Make sure we do that. Now we can play these dudes. Let's have a look. Skellige deck's quite fun. So we don't have the Mardrome. So we want to switch out a couple of these. Probably still win with the type bonds even if we don't. So if you get these without the Mardrome in this kind of deck, and then they don't use any spies, because this guy is one of the really early players, so he has a weak deck, so he may not have any spies to use. But you can still manipulate like what you're going to actually get there. So here, two ways I can go about it. I can either waste one of these cards, or I'm going to waste one of these cards just to win the round, and then use my round 3 perk after that. So I'll make him use another card here, and then they'll have to use everything up. So I could either use my turn and make them use another card, which will get rid of this one, or I could just see if I get this at random, get these two at random, which would be a really high score, but no point messing about with the randomization, so I'll just probably make them play another card here, which is another one wasted there. And then take this back, and they can't afford to pass because they'd lose the game if I then played all my cards. So I've made them waste a couple more there, and then we'll both go into it with 5 cards in the last round. But I still win. In fact, after I'd done that, I should have played these 2 cards. That was dumb. I could have easily won that, but you know, never mind. I could have forced them to use all their cards pretty much by playing these 2. But it doesn't matter. So I can play this one just to bait out a Scorch if they have a Scorch. I don't think they will because they seem to have a pretty poor deck. We win. Yeah, you can do a bunch of fun stuff with Skellige. So after I'd cleared the deck, what I should have done is played the 2 longships, so they would have been 24 in total from playing them both together, and then the Skellige perk would have brought out the 2 longships right after that. So there we go, got another card for the monster deck. Grave Hag's not a terrible one. A lot of the random wins are monster deck, so when I'm playing random people I'll be able to build that deck up a little bit to the point where I have 22 cards in it and can use it. I've already done a bunch of the Novigrad missions, so I'll be able to play a lot of people there as well. So let's see. I'm gonna have to play these people with Skellige still, probably. So I could either play these people with Skellige, or I could play them with the monster deck after I've been to the area Skellige. So we'll see. I'll play them with Skellige deck, it's fun. It's cool having the Skellige deck this early on as well. So you see here, we've got a really powerful one there. He's got Northern Realms. We've got the crack there. Right, so this is a really strong draw as well, because we've got Burner and the things. So this is how you can absolutely maximize the power of the Skellige deck if you want. So I'll be able to transform and play these 3 times, which would be really strong. So transform these, take my score to 40 and make them Scorch as well, if they have it, which they don't. And then we can replay these. Oh yeah, I need to add Yen to the deck as well. So we can replay both of these with the Burner card, and then the third round they'll get played again, because they will be the only cards that I can have brought back after that too, which is cool. So they got Impenetrable Fog there, but that's not an issue. I'll just pass that. Ooh, Tala. Oh, that's annoying. Oh well, never mind. So I get those 2 played. They've no Scorch, or they would have played that. Waste the turn there. Yeah, so you can get some really cool combos with the Skellige deck, and about how you manipulate the discard pile so that the cards you want come out in the third round is a big part of playing it as a Berserker deck if you do that. And you can also play it as like a weather based deck instead, with a bunch of weather cards and the other leader, which is really useful too. But if you do that, I would recommend not having any Berserker cards in it. So, alright. So get another random win there. What card are we going to get from that, I wonder? Necker! Well, that's crap, but never mind. Right, so play Fergus as well. He sucks. But Joanna doesn't, which is a little nod to the fact that actually she's a lot better than him. Alright, what have we got? So we've got the Marjoram again. We only need one of those, which is cool. Only got one of the crack cards. And okay, so we've got decoys there. And you can really screw over the Nilfgaard deck and the Scoia'tael deck, because they rely a lot on the ability to use they rely a lot on the ability to use cards from their what's it called? They rely a lot on the ability to use cards from their graveyard, discard pile, sorry. So you can manipulate that as well. So we play these 2 first when they're 2 strength, so that they can't be Scorched, because he's played that 5. Then we'll transform them, and then I'll take them back with the decoys. And what that'll do is it'll make them play some more cards for a start. So they'll either Scorch this, at which point I'll pass, or I'll be able to make them use more of their turns, because they know obviously that I can score 32 just by putting these back on, so they have to keep playing cards and doing stuff like that. But me taking them out of the discard pile actually means that in round 3 it'll play the 2 cards that I've got in the graveyard, so I'll start off with you know, that higher amount there to start the third round, and also I've got myself a card advantage and made them waste muster card and a bunch of other stuff. So these two cards come out. I start off with 17. They have to play the Biting Frost. And then because they have a lot of medic cards, I'm going to use my leader ability first. There was nothing in my discard pile, so it only hurts them by getting rid of their discards. And then whatever else they've got left will lose, because I've got my high scoring cards and they can't possibly match that with the Scoia'tael deck, because for some reason they didn't give the Scoia'tael any type bombs, just a couple of musters and that's it, which sucks. I would have thought Scoia'tael was the one that, you know, should have had. I mean, it's got the agile cards, but it really should have had some type bond cards as well, which sucks. Or more of the ones with the Scorch ability for like Siege or something like that. Because, aha, Imlerith, that's really good. That's a random win one. So we've got a really good card for the monster deck there, that's really cool. She's got the monster deck herself, which is like really pretty powerful. So we've got the two Marjoram cards, but we don't need one of them there. This is not a great pull for me. So I've got the Ermion and the Marjoram there, so that'll be cool. Oh, and that is really good. That's really good. So, of course she gets that, because why wouldn't she? Just rude. So she's not going to have any spies that I can take back. So I can just try and make her use her leader card if at all possible. Use up some of these less powerful cards. So the aim here is to try and get her to waste some. So that's really good, because it means that I can put this here and they will not be able to stop it. Now in case they've got Yennefer, I don't actually want to Scorch this, the Evil, because they could bring it back. And instead what I'll do is I will use my leader ability to clear out their deck next time. I'm going to take this back because now it's transformed. That wastes another turn of theirs. And what that means is that I can pass this round and then I'll win the next round with these three cards. And then I'll clear the graveyard and these two will come back, and that'll be really good. Right, so what I actually want to do there is... what's the best way? So I can do it playing two cards. So I just want to clear this. In fact, I could have left that, but never mind. So this card will come back, the Berserker, straight away. And if they Scorch it, I'll be able to Scorch them instead. And then it's just a matter of what score we end up with on theirs. I probably could have played this a little better, but should be able to double those up. We'll see. Yeah, I think I might lose this one. I misplayed it, but it doesn't really matter. I should have had something. I should have left the Berserker in my hand, and I should have had it play something in from a discard pile with the Skellige ability instead. And then I would have been able to Scorch the Crones when I played them. So that's alright, I'll play her again next time. This is why the monster deck can be good, if you've got it, because obviously she would have been able to double up there as well. But yeah. So, we'll play her again. Yeah, I misplayed there. Should have thought about that. Just trying to commentate and play at the same time and explain what I'm doing. You have to. This is why I like the Skellige deck, though. It's really tactical if you use it properly, and I like it more as a Berserker deck, even though it can be pretty volatile because it depends on what cards you draw. So what have we got? Got the Dragbond, but we don't want that really. We don't want the second longship. Okay, so here I'm only going to be able to transform one of these cards, so I want to use this one to sort of bait out more of their cards, which would be cool. Let's have a see what we've got now. Could do with getting that Olaf card back, but it's not essential. I also want them to try and get them to use their leader card in this round instead of the last round, because I don't have any Biting Frost in the deck or anything, which can in fact be useful sometimes, but we'll see. So I really want to try and get them to use that leader card if at all possible. Yeah, there you go. Right, so now I'm very happy with where I am in my deck. So I can pass this, go to the third round, see what random cards I get from my perk. Might get Olaf out. Okay, so we get that instead. That's not the best draw, but doesn't really matter. And so I should win this one. Interesting side effect of clearing that monster deck. Clearing the graveyard is it will make their muster work again, so they got the Aracast back. It's not going to matter because the type bonds are so strong and they have nothing to summon back with Yennefer because cleared their discard pile. So yeah, beat Joanna there. And this is how the type bonds pile up, especially when you've got the Berserker. And we'll have things like adding Dandelion to that as well, which is cool. Whee! So that's one of the least useful random ones that you could possibly win. Even if you were using the Scoia'tael deck, that's a god awful card, but doesn't really matter. Where's our Baron at? Come here, you ugly beggar. Again, you win the Dijkstra card from him, which, if you're using the Northern Realms deck, is one of the cards that you should try and get as soon as possible, because it's your second spy card. But with this playthrough, not using that it's not particularly useful. But that doesn't really matter because, like I say, you have to beat him to be able to play one of the others. So we've got Ceres, which is awesome. We want a Mardrome instead. Oh, we didn't get a Mardrome, which sucks. So, but it's alright because they're going to play the spy like that, which is cool. So this gives me more of a chance to get that Mardrome card. So let's play these, see what we get. I want to play the long ship first because I don't want to get multiples of those in if I can help it. I've still not added Yen to the deck, what am I doing? Right, so we win that one. And they have a card advantage, but now I can play these. They're going to take it and play that back. And now we're going to get some monster scores with this, so it's all good. Alright, so there's a chance that this Stennis card comes out anyway, so I'll have a look at that. And in fact, I'm just going to leave that one. See if the Stennis card comes out. I've got like, what, 25% chance? Well, that sucks. Never mind. So I don't have any decoys and they're going to have a lot more cards because they'll be able to play that one back, but it's not a major thing. I'll play these two first because I can't transform them, so they're not going to get me very high scores. But what it will do is it's going to mean that I can at least waste as many turns of theirs as possible and try and play Ceres as late as possible as well. I don't have to use the Commander's Horn because I've got that coming. So I'm going to play all of these now because of the Torrential Rain. But that's also good because it means that unless they have the Reavers, they don't have anything particularly high scoring. And with them doing that, unless the Baron has Villain Tretemeth in his hand, he is going to be very sorely disappointed because he can't bite in Frost, and Ceres and Olaf are going to add massive scores to my hand, so pretty cool. So there he has to use Villain Tretameth, that gets rid of Olaf, and that means that he doesn't have it available for using against Ceres. And this is why the Ceres card is so outlandishly powerful. So he uses another Torrential Rain there. And unless he has a Scorch card, which he may do, then he's going to lose. And that's why Ceres is stupidly good. Yeah, so he doesn't have a Scorch because they would have played it then, which means that they're going to lose. Because they don't have anything that can possibly score that highly unless they had all 3 Reaver cards as the last one. Get wrecked! And that's why Skellige's fun. And why that Ceres card is so ridiculous. So that gives us Dijkstra, which doesn't matter at all, but it does mean that we can go and get the Soothsayer's card, which is cool. Yep. Right, let's do this before we forget, shall we? Alright. Right, so we want to add Yennefer, which is great. And that's really good, really good. Okay, so we add that. That's all good. And then, where are we going now? Anything else to add? Got the Skellige Storms, which are kind of cool. Those will actually be better adding to the other decks. Let's have a look. Right. Yeah, that's all pretty cool. I don't think we've anything that's really wasting space. Eventually I'll take the longships out when we get stuff like Villain Tretameth, add those in. I also want the All-Geared card from Hearts of Stone, which is an awesome card, so I'm going to be doing some Hearts of Stone quests as well. Beating everybody here. I do want to switch to the monster deck, as much as I love the Skellige deck, because you very rarely see the monster deck being used for an entire playthrough, and I'm very close to having enough cards that I can do that. In fact, let's see how far off we are on the monster deck. So what have we got? We've got Imlerith, who we can add. Don't want any of those because those are all terrible. And we've got Yennefer and the Grave Hag, which aren't bad. So we're not so far off. We want a couple of those too. That Skellige Storm with the initial leader card is really good as well, because you can pick any weather card to play from your deck, which is pretty cool. Okay. So we want to go and play the Soothsayer. So we'll fast travel. Microphone cutting in and out there just a little bit. If you travel to Downwarren, there's always an Algul there. If you fast travel away and back again, and they can drop a lesser red mutagen, so that's one of the very few sources, few available sources of lesser red mutagens. And there's also a couple of bears over there to get bear fat for the enhanced oils, which is pretty good. Bandit camp here, just stay away from there. Not bothered about that right now anyway. Alright. So here is Benek, or Benek, however you want to say it. And this is the Soothsayer. Been expecting you, yeah, alright. Cool. Alright, there we go. Yeah, give him some food, blah, blah, blah. I don't know why I'm giving him food. I'm not going to do this stupid quest anyway, but whatever. How about Gwent? Yeah. Do that in a bit. Gwent, damn it! Alright, yeah. Let's go! Right, so don't have the Nilfgaard deck yet, so we're going to use Skellige again. Right, so there we've got Ceres and we've got Ermion, so we don't need a Mardrome if we draw one of those. We don't need the Shield Maidens either, because of that. The rest of them are really good cards, so do I want Ermion? No, I don't really want Ermion. I get a Mardrome card with even less use, but it doesn't really matter. So we can make them waste a turn with that first. And this is really useful because it lets me play these cards like that. And then take one of them back. And then play Yennefer. So I can play them all 3 rounds again. So they've passed like that, which is really good. Now what I can do here is I can just pass this. And then play like that. That's going to make them waste another card. And because of the monster perk, that's going to stay there. So it's actually going to mean that whilst they are doubled up on that round, it's not really going to matter because it stops them from being able to use their leader ability. So that's pretty cool as well. And I'm going to get massive scores from having all of these all together. So I'm actually pretty good here. So what have I got? Want to just take this one out of the deck. And what that'll do is probably make them waste another card. Which is the Necker. And then I'm going to pass that round. So it'll bring out the 2... it'll bring out the 2 longships as my perk. They actually lost Dandelion, which is even better. So unless they play Yen first turn, they're going to actually lose the Dandelion card. So they'll be able to use the Wild Hunt leader instead, but they'll be 2 points worse off. So, you know, get rid of that. That also wastes a turn, giving them less chance to Scorch because they'll run out of turns before I will. I don't think they have a Scorch anyway. So they're going to double up that first row, but I don't think it'll matter because I'll double up my siege row. So unless they've got a Torrential Rain, I'm going to double up my first row anyway, and then I'll have Ceres as well. Right, so they've got the Impenetrable Fog, which is not ideal, but so we'll double up that first. And they've no Scorch. So, fairly certain I win. Yeah, I win. Because Ceres, again, by herself, is 46 points. Because she musters in the Shield Maidens, which have Type Bond. She is the best Gwent card by, like, quite a considerable way. As long as you use her late, so, yeah, that's ridiculous. So, there you go, there's the Crone. So we'll add that in straight away before I forget. And the other Crone is a random win, which kind of sucks. So you can't control where you get that one unless you reset a bunch of times, which I'm not going to do. But still pretty interesting. Right, so Gwent Velen players. Hadi gives you a card for Northern Realms. I think he gives you Vernon Roach. So not too fussed about that. So we've got Hadi, and we've got Hadi's in mid-cops, and the Soothsayer dude. The reason I want to beat them is they do give you a leader card, I think, for the Wild Hunt. So let's see. I'm pretty sure they do. Might as well beat them while I'm here. Well, I'm trying to think which monster cards I can get next. So I want to do Hearts of Stone to get the Toad and the Olgierd cards as soon as possible, so I'll do a couple there. Can get the Vesemir card as well, so we'll do that first. And that'll actually let us get the Ciri card for finishing the big city players quest. So we'll do that because the end of that you get so you play Vimy Vivaldi, who gives you Vesemir, and then you play Marquis Serenity, who gives you more. I think she gives you Muro Cohen. I can't remember how you pronounce it, but one of the really good. I think it's the really good Nilfgaard card. That's a 10 strength medic hero card, which is a Menno. That's it, Menno Cohen. I think Marquise gives you Menno Cohen, and then Dijkstra gives you whatever. I can't remember. Let's go. Gwent. Right. I love Gwent. It loves me. No, why am I talking to this guy? Top-notch swords. No, we don't want top-notch swords. It's force a habit. Yeah. Anything to sell to this guy? Don't think we do. Nope. Right, fine. It's like that. Right. Okie doke. How can I be of service?
You play Gwent, so you...
Right, let's play this dude.
Why not?
Should go and get my monster deck after this, really. Let's have a look. Ho. Right, that's pretty good. So, he's playing Skoya deck. Alright, so that's not bad. Play this one first, might as well. Play these ones by themselves because then I can discard their graveyard using the leader ability. And be at no great loss. And I'll save these ones for the last round and use these for the leader perk. Alright, so transform these two. Now, instead of actually discarding the deck, I can just leave those as is. Pass this round, it's going to make them play one card, and I'll be at a 1-turn disadvantage, but then I'll get 2 cards to start, and I can use Yennefer to bring out the other Berserker if I get one of them, which I did. Right, so what I'll be able to do here is I will take this one first so that it doesn't get scorched if they've got a scorch. I'll play this, and then there's a good chance that one of the last 3 cards is a medic, so after they take their next turn I will get rid of their discard pile so they can't bring any of these back. It looks like they don't even have medics, to be honest. But I'll do that so it takes a turn so that they can't scorch if they have one, which they won't do because they would have played it already. But yeah, and then whatever they do, they lose because I get 16 from playing these two together. And then I get 40 from playing those, 32 from playing these. So that's a brilliant card as well. It's Sengrim. The problem with Gwent is that, like, they made the starting deck really awesome so that you could get into it and stuff, which I get. But it also means that you don't really ever have an incentive to switch decks because Northern Realms is so good and so straightforward that there's just no reason to use it, you know. So yeah, it does make a lot of sense. Right, so we're going to add Vesemir to the monster deck. There we go. So we're only 1 card short on the monster deck. So I could start using it and just like put one of these weaker cards in. See how we go with that. I might do actually. Should we try and use the monster deck for a bit? It's very weak like it is though. Ah, screw it. You only live once. Right. I have no idea if Olivier is any good. He probably is pretty decent. But we'll see. While we're here, we might as well play him. So we've got this monster deck with a few crappy cards in, but we'll have a few reasonable ones as well. Let's have a see. See what we get. Alright, so he's got the monster deck as well. Skellige Storm's not going to be very useful versus that. Whilst it's got a low number of cards in, the problem is you've got a high chance of getting the 2 musters in, which sucks. So... I want that Kaer card, but that's a rare win as well. Might as well try. Try and get him to use up his leader ability so I can win the last round. Use your leader. Not gonna. Yes, right, that's great. Because that means that I can pass this and he's not going to be able to double them up as easily. Right, now all I've got left is melee cards, so I can use a Skellige Storm and use that. Oof, that's a powerful card. So that's why the Skellige Storm's pretty cool with the monsters deck if you get to use that. I'm going to win this one. It's going to be close. Depends what they've got as that last card. Because my vampire's only going to summon in, what, 2 of them at the minute? Because I've only got 2. Which sucks. Oh, is that a 1 point win? Whoa, 1 point win. So yeah, my monster deck kind of sucks at the minute. But that's not so bad. Cool. It might be the other innkeeper who has Manticore actually, now that I think about it. Let's have a look. Gwent, 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 Gwent. Right, so if I can beat Dijkstra with my terrible monster deck, then that lets me go and get the Siri card from the Elf Merchant, which is cool. So I'll add that into all my decks straight away. Well, both my decks, because I'm only using 2. Which is pretty wicked. Oh, I've got to beat Serenity first. Dagnammit. I was like, oh good, they're right next to each other, but they're not, because you got to go and play Marquis Serenity first. Which is why that was showing me going that way, obviously, on the map. Duh. Never mind. It's not very far. Just up this hill. Beautiful game as ever. Playing it with no HUD's really cool as well. I'm just running and jumping so I can get my stamina back. The stamina bar is hidden, obviously, because I'm playing no HUD, apart from the map. I don't like playing it without the minimap because even though I know the game really well, it's just you can very easily forget where you're going on some of the quests. Get disorientated and it's a lot less fluid having to stop, start and, you know, keep going through all that. So, there's Marquis Serenity. Hello. Right. Don't think I've been to the caster merchant, so she'll still have the catapult for sale, yeah. Might as well just buy that. Not that I'm using that deck anyway, but you know. Could play high stakes actually, but I'm not going to. Because I want to get the other cards instead. Let's try that. Okay, so she's got the Nilfgaard one. That is a reasonable draw. Ah, damn. That was exactly what I didn't want. I wanted one of the vampires instead of that, but never mind. So I've got a pretty rubbish deck here, but never mind. See what we can draw. So if I play the Crones, I've got a slightly higher chance of keeping one of the 6 strength cards from my monster deck perk. So we'll have a look there. Oh, okay. Take that one back. Right, so that's going to put me in the back again. So I might as well play the spy card. Get one of the vampires, which is great. So what am I going to be able to do to win here? I could play the Aracast, which is 12 points, which would take me up to 46. And then it'd just be a case of what I can win after that. Or I can pass and try and beat them in the next round. I'll try and beat them in the next round. Got the cow card there. So they'll summon back the medic. Yeah, not medic. Yeah, that one. That's what I meant. Might lose this one. Dijkstra's got a pretty reasonable deck. Yeah, because I need to win that one. Oh well, it keeps the best card, so that's good. Yeah, I'll probably lose this one just because they have so many more cards. So that's going to be 8 and then 12, so I'll finish with 38, which is not bad, but they're going to score more than that. Ah, that's not cool. Alright. Right, so we'll have to play Dijkstra again. Again, this monster deck's not good as it is at the minute, so we'll need to get a couple others. Oh, no way, we actually win. Ha! That sucks. For him. Cool. So, terrible monster deck for the win. Oh, that's her, not... Yeah, Dijkstra's is pretty good. So, it'll be Dijkstra that's kind of sucks to fight. Okay, so now we run back to Dijkstra. And he might take a couple of bites of the... What's it? Bites of the apple? Bites of the cherry? I can't remember. Anyway, so we'll have to play Dijkstra a few times anyway, is probably going to be the upshot, but yeah. And then I need to go and do a couple of the actual Skellige quests, so that I can, the main quests, but they should be pretty doable I think. Just so that I can play Ermion and then crack on Crate. Let's play. This is gonna suck. What's he got? Northern Realms with a clear weather ability, is that? Right, so not a great deck, but not a terrible one. Problem with the cow card in this is it can stay as the card that you get, which sucks when it does that. So let's get as many cards on the field as we can. I'm going to leave that there for now because I can play it back with Yen anyway. See what I get from this. Okay, that's pretty good. Play the Aracast back. Oh, Biting Frost, that sucks. Oh well. Biting Frost obviously is the great weakness of this deck. But it'll let me play these spies back anyway, which is cool. Oh, what the hell, man? I chose Tala. That sucks. So this one's going to be tricky. Now I can either pass, in which case they'll have 6 more cards than I will, or I can play the Imlerith card. Right, that's cool. Okay, so play this one. Right, might as well go all in, because they're only going to get another card anyway, so... See if I can get them to play the other catapult, if they've got it first. Yeah, we're going to lose this one. So they've still got their ability to clear the weather though, which he should use soon. Yeah, clear any weather effects, so that sucks. So yeah, I'm gonna lose this one because they'll just clear the weather and then I'll have nothing left. Ah, which sucks. Yeah, Dijkstra's got a pretty strong deck though, so not a lot I can do about that. Might lose to him a couple of times using this pretty rubbish monster deck we've got, but never mind. Northern Realms is such a strong deck. Yeah. Okay, let's try and beat him again. Not lost to him for ages, I can't remember what the dialogue is.
Know what? You should really stick to killing monsters.
Haha. Well, you can, with these ones with the Gwent though, you can play them as many times as you want, and you don't lose any money for doing it, which is cool. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
I could always stick to the Skellige deck if it looks like I'm not going to be able to beat him, so... So, a couple of decoys. That's actually a really good draw, so I'm going to leave that because the chance of getting a duplicate of one of these is too high otherwise. So I'll play Zoltan first. Decoy this back. And decoy Tala. So he gets all 3 spies, which kinda sucks. But what can you do? Oh yeah, you should really play your... if you've got a lot of these cards, the muster cards, you should play those before you start playing the spies, which is a mistake I made there, because that's cost me 1 turn, effectively. So let's play these, try and win this round. Then we'll play Dijkstra as the last spy. Oh no, he's got Biting Frost. If I'm unlucky, I'll get the second vampire here, but with the Biting Frost, it's just not worth doing. That's gonna suck. I'm going to try and get him to clear the weather, and then I can use my leader ability. Oh, that sucks. Play it again, make him use the leader ability again, which at least wastes turns. it just comes down to what cards we've each got. You just got so many more cards than you with the abilities. This is why you really need the Mysterious Elf. Oh, come on, man. So they're going to call the catapult back, then they've probably got the other catapult, and then blah blah blah. Oh no, even worse. Okay. So yeah, we lose this one. Might have to stick to the Skellige deck just to beat him with. Because his deck's really strong. So we get 8 there, so that's 22, and then double up that. But it's not going to be enough to beat 9 cards. Because he had the clear weather as well as the leader ability, so I would have been able to manipulate the weather and have a good shot at this round, but not today. Alright, Skellige deck. I could try and beat him with the monsters later, but whilst we're here, we should try and beat him with the Skellige deck first.
Got a minute.
Let's try again.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty good. I'm tempted to try and change the Scorch. Oh, well that worked. Okay, so he's going to have a ton more cards than us, but I should be able to win this. Well, depending on the cards, because he's going to have loads more cards because I didn't get any decoys. But he doesn't seem to have Scorch in his deck. He's never used one against me, so we shall see. Hello. Yeah, I thought so. So he's going to have a ton more cards, but I'm going to get a ton more pulled as well, so don't have to do anything there. So he's got 6 more cards than me, which sucks. So we'll see if we draw any of those spies, but either way, whatever we draw, it'll be really powerful. Because we get the spy there as well. Ah, come on, man. We just got absolutely screwed then. Alright, never mind. Make sure we can't medic anything else back. We'll just play all of these. See, we didn't get a single decoy there. So he'll probably win just on the strength of the cards and things, but we'll see. I am going to have a very high score here as well. Okay, not very high anymore, but high-ish. They just get so many cards. They really should have made it so the Northern Realms deck had fewer spies, and that the Nilfgaard one was the only one with 3 spies. Wow, that sucks. Okay, at least they've wasted the Scorch there. So he did have a Scorch. Had 2 Scorches. Well, that's just cheating. All of a sudden, never used Scorch in any of the previous rounds. All of a sudden, has 2 Scorches. Yeah, alright. Seems legit. Yeah, we're going to lose that again. But we'll be able to get a draw that beats him on this. With the Skellige deck. Because we were quite unlucky then with what we got. So didn't get any decoys. Didn't get either of the medics either. Didn't get either of the medics. So. Beat Dijkstra. It's good not using the horrendously powerful decks, because like I say, this one takes a bit more tactics. So now we've gone completely the other way and got 3 of those instead of 1 of them. So Mardrome that we don't need. Swap that out again. Well, we've got 2 terrible swaps there, but never mind. Try and get him to pass early on this. Oh, and he gets the elf as well. Come on now. I do have both spies, so I'll be able to replay those 2 cards for 24 as well. Right, so that's pretty good. Win there. Play Dijkstra. Ah, dagnammit, I've done that again. This is why I don't like having the warships in the final deck, because you can get more consistent, powerful cards otherwise. Alright, so we make him waste a Scorch there. That would have been fine were it not for the fact that I don't have a Mardrum. Right, I'll just wait there. Right, so now it just all comes down to what cards we have there. Could have really used a Mardrum, to be honest, but never mind. That is the problem with playing the Berserker deck. Right, looks like it doesn't have a Scorch, which is good. Oh, I'm so dumb. That was my whole way of winning, was to do that, and I just fluffed it. I meant to get the Birnabran first. What a dumbass. Okay. Well, at least that was my own fault for not concentrating. Oh, see, now there I've just drawn Ermion, which is actually going to be really useful. So let's see what we get. Hi. Oh, yeah, of course. Just happened to have the impenetrable fog. Yeah, yeah. That's crap. What a load of bull. You dumbass. Unless he's got... For some reason he must have another impenetrable fog. What are you doing? Huh? That makes no sense. So they played the impenetrable fog and lost because of it. Awesome. What an idiot.
Not bad. Thanks.
That's funny. Right, well, seems how we beat Dijkstra because I made a mistake, then he made a mistake. That's pretty funny. Right, okay. We want to go and beat this dude, get this Siri card. And then we also want to go and beat Tala, so we'll have to do a couple of those quests. There's a couple of quests you have to do to, you know, specifically get the Gwent stuff. Where are we going? We got a fast travel marker anywhere around here? No, not really. Oh, there's that one there. See, I want to get here, obviously. So I could do with fast travelling. I'll just run. Right, so to get some of the monster stuff, we'll get Ciri first because she's still in Velen. Don't think there are any of the monsters that we get other than if we were to beat Hadi and the boat merchant in Oriton, because they would get us one of the leader cards. But apart from that, not much cracking. I will fast travel actually because I'm pretty much at this marker now. Where are we? I'm sure there's a marker around here. Is there not? The docks. Yeah, marker. Yeah, so I don't need that leader card yet. I do want Okay. That's probably not actually closer, to be honest, but at least I can ride Roach out here. Yeah, so we want to get to Skellige, do the first couple of quests there, so that we can play Ermion and then Crack. And when I've done that, that'll mean that I can play Gremist, and Gremist is really important for the Skellige and monster decks because the only spy that you can have in those decks is Mysterious Health, and that's one of the best cards in the game as well. I'd say that's the best card in the regular game, and then Ceres is probably marginally better, but not a lot, but just a tiny bit. Right, so we're going to go play this guy. Can't be bothered fighting wolves, no point fighting them, don't need the tallow for anything. So, Elven Merchant Dude over there has the Siri card.
It's you.
Yeah. It's cracking, dude. Unlike Final Fantasy VIII, if you lose in this card game, there's no like downside to it, so it's quite funny in that respect. Right. So we've got the Marjoram there. Don't have a Marjoram, sorry, so don't need the decoys. So this card isn't going to be worth anything really. So we can play these three twice by virtue of using the leader card to send them away from the graveyard again. So what I'll do is I'll play Ermion and transform this Vidcal, so that's an 8 score card, and waste as many of their cards as possible. So I'll win this round by playing Ermion and transforming that. And then I'm at a slight card deficit, but what I can do is I can play Burner and summon the Vidcal again, like that. And they play Siri. Get rid of that. Now this is going to force them to play more cards as well. Whereas I play these one last time. And even though I'm at a disadvantage, I can take one of these back, take Burner, and then whichever two of these get called, I can always play the Vidcal if it's not one of them. And I might not even need to do that, because if I can bleed them out of these last two cards, then it's not going to matter anyway. So they've got one card left. And even if they win this round, they'll lose the third round, because they have nothing to play in it. Which they don't. So I win anyway. Win the Siri card. Could have tried that with the monster deck, but I already had that Skellige one, so. Don't think he has anything interesting to buy, but we'll have a quick look. Nope, nothing crucial there. Cyrilla, Fiona, Elenrianon. Obviously, Siri goes straight into the decks. Wicked. Oh, it's Francesco Finderbar, not the monster deck one for that. Okay, well that's cool. You see them shooting at wolves, which is kind of fun. Come on, Roach. Right, cool. So, what other Gwent related quests do we have? I think, to be honest, I want to go and, yeah, do some of those ones there. So, would get a leader for doing that, but I want to get some of the other ones first. Is there anything else Gwent-wise that I want to do for monster cards particularly? Want to do Matter of Life and Death. At some point. Because... yeah, the reason you want to do Matter of Life and Death is because I want to... oh yeah, playing in keeps. Yeah, the reason you want to do Matter of Life and Death is to get the Dandelion card and the Bruxa card. That might not be a bad idea. Which do we do first? Matter of Life and Death doesn't take too long if you skip most of the crap in it. Which to do first, Matter of Life and Death or to go to Skellige? So what do I get in Skellige? I get a couple of the hero cards and I get the Grimace card as well. We'll go and do the Skellige ones first. I want to get that Mysterious Elf card as soon as possible. Let's get that out of the way. That elf guy was just out for a stroll with a pack of wolves. I'm like, yeah, I don't care. If you go in this hut here, you get the Cat School quest without having to buy the map, which is cool. Right, so Skellige, off we go. Right, so we'll get this loaded and go from there. So yeah, you can't play Ermion until you've done the first 2 quests of the Skellige story. But I'm more or less at the level, well I am at the level where I can do those quests, so they won't even be Red Skull enemies, so it'll be pretty comfortable. And when I've done those, I can play Ermion, then play Krach. And yeah, that'd be really good. So, and then when you've done that, yeah, when you've done the thing with Krach, played him, then you can play Gremist. So I'll go and do Practicum of Alchemy, which will be a Red Skull quest, but I'll have enough ability points to get Deadly Precision, and that'll help when doing the Red Skull monsters for that. So that'll be cool. And you can skip most of the stuff with the Practicum of Alchemy anyway, because you can go to the Succubus and just choose not to fight her and skip out that whole bit, which is cool. And then you've only got to really fight the Giant and the Foglets, which can be tricky, but with this build it should be alright. Right. So inventory, that's why we've kept this stuff on here for now. Okay. Come here. Roach up the stairs as you do. Always take a horse upstairs, why not? Okie doke. So we're just going to ride up here. Do this quest. As quickly as possible. And then we go. Vagrant. Yeah. Stow it, you. And then we can start playing random players. And get as many of the other monster cards as we possibly can. Just going to skip through all this dialogue again. Try and get this done as soon as possible. When we get to sort of 2 hour mark, I'll end this episode. And then we'll just be back to playing as usual, going through some of the story quests and advancing with that. Yeah. Alright, so we'll go through that. I think I'm wearing the right attire for this. Thank you, dazzling blah 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 blah. Alright. Alright, cool. Yeah, I don't need to play these guys yet. Might as well, if the aim is to get the crack and crack and ermine. Let's go with that. Okay. Let's have a look. All right. You traitorous son of a bitch. Right. Let's get through all this. Not gonna race Ceres because I can't remember what you get for a start. Yeah. Never do that. I can't remember why, but there's no point. Like. All right. All right. Alright. Tell Madman he's a complete numpty. Oh yeah, we get to beat Madman later for his Katakan as well. I said last time it was Garkan, but it's not. It's the Katakan. I couldn't remember which was which. So, right. He's a numpty. But again, can't be bothered with fights or anything like that, so we'll get through that. It's good playing on New Game Plus because you don't feel the need to loot all this stuff because you can get a ton of alcohol and all that, but yeah, you don't really need to. Yeah. I get my stuff back. Want my gorgeous Viper gear. I'm going to stick with these lower level versions of the Nilfgaard gauntlets for now because it's got a greater glyph of mending in. I'll put slots in that other one after I've done the rune right bit. Alright. Cool.
That was close. This'll be
Not very good spies, are they, if they just totally don't twig that, you know. Anyway, whatever. Can't help it. I always have to loot at least one thing. Wow, this game, honestly. How good is it? Awesome. Pretty cool. Alright. Seriously, this game. How good is it? Look at that. Amazing. What a game. You know, somebody, what is it, some absolute moron commented on one of my things that it's objectively a bad game. No, dickhead. If you think that, then you should probably just stop playing video games because you're too stupid to be able to appreciate them. Right. Right, let's get the decoctions on because we have to do a little bit of fighting here. Might as well. Beast oil, yeah. Anyway, I think I needed the beast oil on my actual steel sword now that I think about it. Not that it matters particularly, but I definitely don't need the human oil. Why have I not got the right arrows as well? That must have been from one of the other parts. Anyway. So we go through this stuff. Alright. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. Yeah. Ow, that hurt. Get stuffed. And they're going down pretty quickly. Ah, yeah. Get a swallow in there. Hey, why are they hitting me through my Quen? Oh, because it's hidden, that's why. Dumbass. That's Thunderbolt. So, let's kill these guys and then find out what they want. Ugh. Get the Blizzard going as well. Just to slow these down even more. Blizzard's so awesome. Smack! Oh, or indeed not smack, because I missed. They all die with one hit anyway. This one? Are you coming alive? Yeah, well you were doing. Come on, let me hit him. Yeah. Yeah, get wrecked. Who knew? Ah!
What's happening?
You were hallucinating. Your years of
Please.
Fine.
Okay.
Let's go inside, Geralt. I'll lock the entrance. We don't want to raise suspicions.
Which is which?
Goes in for light reading too. Carved out of linden sign.
Oh, which one do you need? Is it the goblet? I'm pretty sure it's the goblet.
That's what she called him.
Dwarven triple mead.
Let's try that.
Looks like How about it? Huh. Seems like it worked.
Cool.
Who would've thunk?
Can't even remember what the other options are. Not that anyway.
I have a sneaking suspicion the mask will be in here.
Right, so the next enemy you've got to fight is an Elementor. So we'll get that on. And what else do we need? Nothing probably. No, I don't need any of these for fighting an Elementor really. Still got Thunderbolt active, still got Tornial active, so that's cool.
This is it.
Shades of Jim Carrey with the mask.
We've got it. We must return to the feast quickly before.
Ruh-roh! I ain't afraid of you. Right, so this is one of my favourite things about this build. Having the add sweep. You can stun lock enemies. And it's particularly effective against golems and elementals. And because we've got the Ancient Lesson Decoction, the more times you use it, the quicker your stamina regeneration gets. So that you can even use it with Rend. And then we powered up Aerondight there as well. Yeah, bitch. Cool. Grab that stuff. Uh-oh.
Smelled it. Gas. Grate still closed. Gotta think of something quick.
Quick, clear it with hard. Why is that not clearing with hard? Seriously. Terrible. Uh-oh. Let's go with this. Uh-huh. What do we do now? We panic!
Damn druid will poison us.
Teleport us out of here.
Think of something. Hold on tight.
Escape! All right. You know what's up? Yeah.
I must.
Anyway, gotta get back to the feast, sadly. And crack on with that. I don't think you need that scene for romancing Yen. In fact, you don't, because I know that you can do that scene, then go and romance Triss, and then still choose not to romance Yen afterwards. So, if you were desperate to sleep with both for some reason. Well, it's not really sleeping, is it? But, you know. Anyway, get all that stuff sorted. And I'll be able to go and do the mask quest, then I'll be able to go and do Yen's bit. Right, okay. So I do that. Blah, 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 blah. There you go. Yeah. Get through all this stuff. Got Ulderic's Curse, that's possession. He doesn't want to be kinging himself, that's no good. Lugos is complete and utter numpty. So yeah. Right, cool. So you've got 3 points available, which is enough for us to be able to finish off Rend and get Deadly Precision. And if you put Deadly Precision in one of the slots, like this Tissue Transformation one, then you can have Deadly Precision obviously active, which is cool. Very useful. So you can either have Killing Spree or Deadly Precision there, as long as you want to keep, you know, hard sweep and things. You could even, if you're fighting really high level enemies, you could take off one of Strength Training or Muscle Memory, because the Deadly Precision is going to be more useful for fighting Red Skull enemies. So in fact, I might do that just for the practicum of alchemy bit. Can't play crack yet on the Gwent. I don't think. Where is it? Gwent Skelgerstar. Yeah, you got to win from Ermion first, so. Yep. Bit frustrating. It stops you from getting the monster deck early unless you can do some of the Skellige quests, but we can do some of the Skellige quests, so. Will you move, man? Alright, fine, but move out the doorway, you clown! Idiots. Anyway. So, could play those guys. In fact, no, because I'll have to play crack soon. Anyway. So. Next, we are going to be fighting some foglets, so let's get the correct oil on for there, so we don't have to do it in just a minute. Alright. So, we are going to the Druid camp. Cool.
You're mad, woman! Mad, I say!
Maybe, but I've got good reason.
I hold Ciridir too. You...
Yes?
Anyway. Yeah. Yeah.
No, so you only decide on the True. Never mind that she might bring.
Yikes.
What was that?
Uh-oh. So, anyway. Got all this stuff. Tony Al still active. Got Blizzard there as well. Whoa, easy.
Damn it.
Where are we? We've got to fight some of these tangerine foglet things. I can't remember what they're actually called, but they're pretty easy, so... Where are we at? Come here, you ugly beggars. Got the moon dust bombs as well. Let's show them up. These things are annoying. Yeah, yeah. Get smashed. And again, build up the stamina. Stun lock. And there goes a foglet. Where are you? There's that. Power up Aerondight at the same time, might as well. Cool. Alright. Right, cool. So we get the mask, blah 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 blah. Alright. Mask of reverse. Where are we? Let's grab this stuff off the foglet corpse while we're here. Because why not? I can't run while holding up this stupid mask. Very annoying.
This is the spot. Put on the mask.
Any instructions?
Keep it on until we've seen everything. And don't stray far. Telepathy is limited in range.
What's that? A portal?
2 people emerged from it.
Normally a foglet to fight each time here. Oh, come on, Yen.
The woman was Siri.
How can you know?
The way she moved, like a witcher. Seems they went that way.
Come, let's find the next spot.
What do you mean, come? I've been waiting for you. Jeez. Now there'll be a foglet.
There'll be nothing to lose when I'm done.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Get down.
Show me what you got.
Yeah.
Ready? Use the mask. Watch out!
Naked Siri for some reason.
What was that?
A magic explosion of some sort. So powerful that even the echo was dangerous. I wager it destroyed the forest.
Get Thunderbolt on again.
I saw them escape.
Let's see where to.
Let's. Come on then.
Place is creepy. I don't like it.
Nor do I.
Anyone here when this happened had a slight chance of surviving.
But they're so we can take care of this.
Damn, didn't get Aerondight powered up. That sucks.
Don the mask.
Okay, Aerondight leveled up at least.
Someone chased Siri. See that? Might have wounded her.
She escaped
Oh, no.
through another portal.
Know where it led?
Magic residue trail leads to Velen.
Well, that's
Chance
convenient.
you can figure out where Siri's companion fled to.
Where's the tree you've got to lift?
I'll try to find it. Come.
Yeah.
Well, ready?
Nice fight.
One repelled the other with powerful magic, then fled through a portal.
A mage?
Most likely.
Right, cool. So that's Echoes of the Past done, which means I should be able to play Ermion. Right.
Which
Are you? Look!
Yeah, shut up.
Just
here
I hope I'm so
Right.
we not somewhere. Vel, yes. Gotta just need.
went flying in that direction.
Something's pinned under that tree. Can you?
I can.
Right, so now this quest is complete. Quite easy. Charred to death wild hunt person. Right, cool. So that's that quest done. Now we get to play Ermion. Yeah. Okay.
Which
Alright, wild front, Cinder's foe, blah 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 blah. Right. Right, now we can play Ermion. 3. I like playing them with the Skellige deck, but we'll see if I can beat him with monsters first. Let's have a try. The weather actually works pretty well for that, so he's using monsters as well. And we got Ciri, which is cool. I can do that too. Well, that's rude. That's a complete waste of a card for him. He's still got Villain Tretameth, so I could do with getting him to play that first. He's got one of the really good leader cards as well. I can't remember if it's the one where you just draw from the discard or if it's the one where you swap 2 for 1. Let's have a look. I think that's the discard one. Yeah, that's such a good leader card for monster deck. Might as well play one of these. Right, so that's at least going to make him play Villain Tretameth like that. And then I'll just see what I get next round. Might win, might not. Not looking good with that. Should have put a Biting Frost in, but I didn't know he was going to play the monster deck, so never mind. I mean, with that Commander's Horn, there's a slight chance I still win. But only slight. No. Damn it! Monster sucks. Well, until you get some of the better cards on it, so. But that's alright. We can win anyway. Yeah. You're gonna lose, dog.
yeah.
Take one of these out. Might as well have a clear weather just in case for myself. Don't need that. Swap one of those. Right, so I've got 3 decoys, which is like supremely useless against a non-Northern Realms deck, but never mind. Get them to waste some cards. So you can just play cards and then take them back again, which is quite funny. So we'll win that round there. So we'll play these, try and get them to play as many cards as possible. Then use a Biting Frost. And then take these back. I'm not going to play the Biting Frost, in fact, because I'll just save all of these, play all of my melee cards, and then use the because they use their leader ability to take that Earth Elemental, I know that they are going to play that in the last round. So I can play that instead. Use the Skellige Storm, because all of mine are melee cards, and see what we've got after that. I'll leave it till as late as possible though, because with them doubling up theirs on the Dandelion one, it may be better for me to, in fact, use the Biting Frost anyway, because of the Siri card working in my advantage, depending on what they have in terms of the melee cards. So have a look at that. So if I use the Skellige Storm, that'll reduce their score by 5, but with me having the Siri one, I think I might be better off just actually using the... Right, is there a way for me to win this? Well, I think I win anyway, to be honest. Yep, so then I use the Skellige Storm, reduce that elemental one, and then win like that. That's pretty good.
Lovely. Congratulations. Here.
Thanks.
Leshen! Sweet. So as we just saw, that Leshen card is a 10 strength one. So, who do we want to play now? We need to go and play Crack. And then we'll do the Grimace bit. So before we do that, let's go back to the fast travel. Where is... Somewhere around here is the Succubus for Grimace quest. I can't remember exactly where it is. I want to say it's here. Should we go and explore? I think you can speak to her or get the Pimpernel from her cave before you actually do the quest. So we'll go and have a look. Because otherwise you got to do a load of annoying stuff where you track it and you fight a load of different things. But if you just sort of go there by accident, in inverted commas, you don't have to bother. So you can ride past all these wolves and you don't have to do all of that. You don't have to accompany the druid. It just takes a lot less time. And I'm pretty sure it's up here. So, yeah, go on, Roach. Let's have a look. Is this her cave? If you don't have the Succubus mutation, then mutagen to make the decoction, then this is one of the few places that you can get it. So just have to bear that in mind. All right.
I shall make. What do you think there? If you...
Cool. So there's the Pimpernel. And like I say, you just skip out a really long, annoying bit of the... Well, not really long, but annoying bit of the quest. But if you wanted to kill her to get the Succubus mutation, then you would have to do the quest normally and then choose to kill her instead. But we don't need it because we got it in the first playthrough in the preparation bit. We killed the other Succubus in the contract Deadly Delight. Right, so now we just want to find our way back to a fast travel. And then travel back and beat Crack. So doing that will save us some time in a little bit when we go to get the Mysterious Elf card from doing Practicum in Alchemy and beating Grimmist. So that's cool. Just going to ride Roach all the way back. There's also an armoured Arakas around here that you can fight if you want to try and get the mutagen, but it doesn't have a very high chance, if any, of dropping it. Don't think I've ever got it from that Arakas, to be honest. I normally just get it from Heresi because it's easier. But you certainly can get it from elsewhere. Done that before as well. Alrighty. Right, so that's Gremist, but we can't play him yet anyway. So I'll do this Kaer Troll bit. Okay. Who do you get from Crack? I want to say it's one of the hero cards. I've already got Imlerith, that's a random win, so... What's the one you get from Crack then? It's one of the others. It's one of the other big Wild Hunt fighter dudes. I remember that much. Hello! He's decided all of a sudden that you're able to play me now. Alright. So who did I get? I got Leshen, so I'll add the Leshen. Nothing else that I want to add just yet. Don't know what kind of deck he uses, so we'll just go with that. Okay, so we got one of each of these, which is good, because you don't want to have any overlapping ones if you can help it. Let's play a 5 card first, so that they can't scorch those if needed. And play a couple of these. They're a good addition to the deck, the Gaunters, if you can get those early. Now, I could either just save mine and decoy some, which I think is what I'll do. Wyvern's only 2, that's weird. You think they'd be alright, but... So take some of those back, so... Might as well just win this one now, actually. Oh no! It summoned the same one back, that sucks. I didn't expect that. Didn't normally do that, I didn't think. Oh well, never mind. What have I got? Play this. So all these are melee, so I can play the Skellige Storm next time, so I'll just skip this for now. And then they might have a clear weather from their leader card, but if not, it'll let me beat that. We'll see what's going to be beneficial one way or the other. It may work out better for me to just play Biting Frost instead and double up the Earth Elemental, the Ice Giant card. So we'll have a look. Dreadful card, that Necker, but never mind. Right, so they play the Torrential Rain, which is no fun. So it just depends on what cards he has next. That made no sense, but okay. So it depends on what they've got, because I could play a Clear Weather, which would put that back to 2 and that to 5. But it depends what they've got as their last 2 cards, so I can't possibly know, to be honest. So I could play Bite and Frost, and then mine would be worth more than theirs. But if they have some of the muster cards, then they could do those instead. So in fact, I'm just going to Clear Weather, and then double up whichever row is going to be beneficial for me after they've played their next card. Right, so I win. That's good. He didn't have a particularly strong deck, to be honest.
You're good.
So what card was that? Draug. Yeah, I couldn't remember, but yeah, it's Draug. I knew it was one of the other melee ones. Let's just add that before we forget as well. Right, so now we can go and do alchemy. Practicum in alchemy, and then we can get Mysterious Elf, which is a really awesome card. So we're going to do that. Now, as far as I remember, these 2 dudes don't have particularly great cards, the armourers, so we can play them while we're here. Might as well. There you go. See what he's got first. He's got the Unvic armour, but it's heavy armour, and I'm not using that in this playthrough, so not going to be buying that myself. It's quite expensive armour, actually, that. You can see there, 2,600. Got a few of these quests, so might want to buy these just in case. Might as well. And do we have anything else useful to buy from him? Not really. So we'll start those quests. You got the Unvic gear, which is incredibly light as well, but whilst the gear's on your horse, they don't take up any weight anyway, so it's not really worth doing. He does also have the Nilfgaardian Guardsman's Gauntlets that you can buy if you're using a heavy build, and the Assassin's Gauntlets there, which are pretty wicked if you're using a light build. But neither of those apply to us, so we'll not bother just yet. So let's have a look, and let's play Gwent. Can't remember if he's any good or not. I kind of doubt it. Let's stick with the weather. It's working pretty well with the Skellige Storm, and it fits with the theme. Although he's got clear weather in his deck, so it fits a little bit less. Right, so I've got one of each of those muster cards, decoys. That's not a bad draw. We can probably cope with that. I doubt he's particularly strong. So let's have a look. Those NECA cards are so bad. I can take those out of the deck now, I'd imagine, actually, because I've got more cards. So I need to be doing that, really. But let's have a look. Use these up first, try and win the first round. And then I'll play the other one back. Okay, that worked out pretty well. I'll play some of these now. They're going to play Dijkstra back again, so I will play it in retaliation. If he's got more than one of those Reavers, that might be a little tricky, but we'll see. So in fact, we can just play the Bite and Frost, use that extra turn, let him play something else. So there he wastes that Dandelion, really. So I could either make him waste more cards, or I could just go into the last round 7-7, so that's what we'll do. Play these first. To be honest, as long as he doesn't have a Bite and Frost or both catapults, I think I'll be alright. Or a Commander's Horn for that row, something like that. If he had a Scorch, I think he would have played it already. Or a Bite and Frost, but you never know. Yeah, I think we're looking alright here. Yeah. Cool. No point having that in your deck if they've got the ability that clears the weather effects anyway, but whatever. Alright. So we get a random win there. There's always a reasonable chance that it's a monsters deck on that. Oh, Vampire Garcan, beautiful. So that's the one Garcan, that's the one vampire that's random. So that's really good. I want to speak to this guy. Sometimes you can't speak to this guy for like no reason, which is really dumb. But sorted that. So add the Garcan there. Take out the Neckers because they suck. And he's playing the Skoya deck. Alright. So we can play some of these. Force them to play a load of their good cards and then take them out after that. Might be able to win this one anyway. With the hero cards. If not, we'll be able to decoy some back. Well, that was dumb. So they're going to lose. Take that back. Take that back just to guarantee we've got it. Okay. Another random win there. That's cool that we got the Garkan, that's pretty good. We just want the other Crone. Oh, Villain Tretemeth, superb. That's another random win, that's the best random win card you can get, in my opinion. Awesome card. Bill, yes. I'll add that to the Skellige deck as well before I forget. Sweet. Cool. So now we've got to play Schuster and Grimmist, but we'll go and beat Grimmist first. Schuster we don't really need to beat, to be honest. Yeah, there's no real point beating Schuster. Right, okay, so let's go and ride Roach to speak to Grimmist, and like I say, you can't play him until you've completed Practicum of Alchemy, which is designed to make sure that you don't get the quest too early, if you know what I mean. There's the Arakas over there. Look at how beautiful this game is, seriously. It's a masterpiece, I just absolutely love it. Where am I going? Am I going the wrong way? Seriously, where am I going? Oh no, I just need to ride round. Can't go straight over the mountain, unfortunately. But there's a fast travel marker when you get there anyway, I think. What I remember. There's definitely a fast travel marker around here somewhere.
You must pass your knowledge on. I'm no trait that must get to its spawning ground. Do what I please and leave me be.
Lol.
Yes?
Alright.
One of our... What sort?
Alright.
As late...
Practicum of Alchemy.
Want to talk, but I want you. I'm sick.
Alright.
Well, get fucked.
Got that.
Well, that.
Alright, so we'll go and help Fritjof first. pretty easy. Just got to beat some foglets and stuff. Where are we? Where are we? There is a mark around here somewhere that you can fast travel to and from. And oh, I want to find it because otherwise it's annoying travelling around. Where is it? There's a big tree up on a hill and then there's a marker somewhere. Right, so there's the tree. I need to find the marker. Where is it? Around here somewhere? Where is it? Just want to run around here until I find the marker, and then once I find the marker I'm alright. I can fast travel when I want. Definitely around here somewhere. Cave there. Where are you? No idea. Right. Lamenting the trees being cut down. Does kind of make sense to be honest, but you know, never mind. Anyway, I think seeing as how that's the 2-hour mark, I will leave that for now. I will find this marker and the next episode Practicum of Alchemy. So thank you very much for watching if you're watching it back on YouTube, and yeah, please like, comment and sub as that helps me out. And aha, there's the marker. And then from there I will be doing Practicum of Alchemy next time. So thank you very much, and please all have a good day on the path.